What's going on, everyone? It is finally here, draft day. We are about to find out the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to the Lakers and what is about to happen, potentially turning the season around, potentially upgrading in key areas, getting all-stars, getting stars. This is going to be a surprise trade that no one saw coming. What is going to happen today is the big question. At the time of the video posting, we're 7 hours from the end of the trade deadline, depending on when you're watching this video. Could be closer. Lakers might have already made all the trades. Who knows? Time will tell. But regardless, look, Rob Pelinka, he's got his work cut out for him today. He's been like a madman on the phones. He's got to turn water into wine today. It's basically what it's going to come down to. Now, look, is it a possibility that the Lakers do nothing and stand pat? Yes. I know if that happens, many are going to be very upset, very irate. They're going to be calling for his job. They're going to be calling for this, that, and the other. But look, I trust and believe Rob Pelinka has shown and proven enough over the years that I trust if he didn't do anything, it's because nothing was really there that made sense. And I understand, this team doesn't seem like a team that is a contender. I believe that as well. I don't believe that this team is a true contender. Now, if we get into the postseason, which, again, we got to get into the postseason, but if we get into the postseason and LeBron James and Anthony Davis are healthy the way that they're playing right now, and we're in 7-game series, I will take my chances against every team in the league. There is no team in the league that I look at and go, the Lakers have no chance of beating that team. No chance. Like, there is not a team in the league. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't think that there are teams that can absolutely beat the Lakers, of course. Like Boston, Denver, the Clippers in the right circumstance. I know the Lakers have beaten them a couple times. Look, I don't trust the Clippers by any stretch of the imagination. Every year it's their year. But they do have a ton of firepower, and they're a team that can absolutely get hot and shoot the lights out. Same thing with the Phoenix Suns. Again, not a team that I trust and believe in to actually win, but could they get hot enough for a series and maybe win 4 games? Sure. I would take my chances with a healthy LeBron and Anthony Davis. I know some teams like the Thunder, the Timberwolves, I just think they're too young. I think the Lakers would be able to handle business against those teams. But like the veteran-led teams that have guys that have kind of been there and done that, right? Particularly the Nuggets, the Clippers, and the Suns. Those are the 3 teams that I think have the most potential to really give the Lakers troubles when we get to the postseason, just because, again, you got guys on the Phoenix Suns like Kevin Durant, who's been there, who's hit big shots, who's been in the moment. The Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, has hit big shots, has been there, has been in the moment. The Nuggets, obviously, just won the NBA championship. So there are teams that I do have concerns with, but the point is that if the Lakers stand pat, then there's probably a reason to it. There's nothing really there. There's nothing that makes sense. The Lakers aren't going to mortgage everything they have to just go get a couple role players. Because, again, the Laker tax is real. And right now, everyone has, like, insane price tags for some of these players. I mean, the Brooklyn Nets turned down, supposedly, 2 first-round picks for Dorian Finney-Smith. Right? That's a lot. But nonetheless, we will see. Deonte Murray, right? He's the big question. Is he going to be a Laker? Personally, I believe he will be. Now, obviously, this is just a guess. This is just a thought. The reason I believe he will be is there hasn't really been anybody that has put, again, based on the information that we have, that has put real offers out there except for the Lakers. And I don't think Atlanta's going to want to have a John Collins situation again where they hold on to a guy for too long. It actually is detrimental to them. And then when they finally do trade him, they end up getting a quarter of what they originally could have gotten if they would have done the right thing when they should have done it. And that's kind of how I feel about Dejounte Murray, right? The Atlanta Hawks are in a situation where they need to get off of Dejounte Murray to kind of retool this thing and hit the reset button. And the problem is the Lakers are the only team, again, based on reports, that have put a real offer on the table. And if the Lakers end up doing something else in the offseason, what other team is going to be like, okay, well, now we want Dejounte Murray? Now, obviously, there are things that could develop, that could happen. You know, a player wants to leave, and it's like, okay, well, we need to get somebody else. Maybe we go make a trade for DeJounte. Right? There is that chance. But even then, what does that offer? What does that deal look like? And Atlanta runs the risk of being a team that ends up being stuck with DeJounte, and it doesn't work. And now you're not going to have the rebuild, and you run the risk of losing Trae Young. So do they want that to happen? I don't think so. I think that they've learned their lesson from the John Collins. Now, again, that doesn't mean that they have to trade him. Maybe if they're like, hey, you know what? Let's see what we get in the offseason. That is always a possibility. I just think that the Lakers, if the offer is reasonable enough, they do have that third team, which it looks like it's probably going to be the Brooklyn Nets. I do think the deal gets done. Many people ask, why hasn't it gotten done already? Because it's in the Atlanta Hawks' best interest to wait as long as possible. What if somebody had a target in mind or had an idea in mind and it fell through? Even earlier yesterday, obviously it didn't happen, but you know, you wait. What if somebody got hurt in one of the games yesterday and it's like now that team is like, okay, we really need a point guard, or we really need somebody that can come in and kind of weather the storm while this guy is out. Let's go make the deal for Deonte Murray and figure it out after. Right? You never know what's going to happen. You never know what tomorrow's going to bring. Well, now there is no tomorrow, right? Today's it. Today's the day. So I do think if DeJounte Murray is going to get traded, it'll happen, right? We'll see. Time will tell. Again, just a guess, just my hunch, just my thoughts. Whether you want DeJounte Murray or not, let me know down in the comments, but we'll see. But DeAngelo Russell, I think if they get DeJounte Murray, D'Lo's gone. If they don't land DeJounte Murray, they're not going to trade him. And that's kind of been reported. That's kind of been what's the word. The bird is the word, right? And I think that is one of the more accurate reports personally. Again, these are just my thoughts. I think that there's no other Bruce Brown, Sexton, whomever, right? Name your point guard that's out there, Tyus Jones. None of those guys move the needle outside of a negative direction for what D'Lo is. You know D'Lo works. D'Lo's having an excellent stretch. D'Lo plays well off of LeBron and AD. He's excellent in that pick and roll with AD. You keep DeAngelo Russell, right? And look, I'm still kind of in the camp of like trade Austin Reeves and keep D'Lo and see what you could do and then figure it out in the offseason. Because like, what if you win the championship, right? Are you really going to be upset that you're going to have to maybe slightly overpay D'Lo? And if D'Lo is a big part of that and he wins a championship, then guess what? And I know a lot of people are like, well, the playoffs. He was great in those first two rounds. And on top of that, he was dealing with injuries the entire playoffs. All right, so what does he look like healthy? What does he look like, now that he's had his tune-up? He's been great pre-tune-up, right? Like, now that he got his oil change, like, what does he look like? So I think if they can land DeJounte Murray, they're going to trade D'Lo. If they can't land DeJounte Murray, then I think D'Lo won't be on the trade block. I think they'll look elsewhere, and we'll see. Time will tell. I do think the Lakers, regardless, get some trades done. Now, it might not be any massive trades, but I do think the Lakers try to at least upgrade around the edges. They have 3 second-round picks. I could see them potentially looking to move those 3 second rounds and maybe get 1 or 2 guys. I'd prefer at least 2 guys. Maybe it's a Royce O'Neal and an Andre Drummond, right? Maybe it's something like that. I could see something along those lines playing out. Or, if a team like the Brooklyn Nets, let's say that they're like, hey, we really want Rui. Maybe you get a Dorian Finney-Smith and something, right? Or maybe you get both. Maybe you do get Tyus Jones. That is definitely an option. I definitely think the Lakers I don't think the Lakers are going to completely stand pat. I don't think the Lakers are going to do absolutely nothing. Is that a possibility? Of course. I just don't buy that. I think the Lakers will try to do something to try to upgrade slightly at least and kind of go, okay, let's at least get somebody that can start, a upgrade at a starter level, maybe at the 3 or the 2 or something like that. I think that would be my guess. I also think Gabe Vincent, I really think the Lakers are going to push hard to try to get off of Gabe Vincent's contract. Because if they can do that, that would open up so much flexibility. One of the big reports that came out that was the Gabe Vincent for Danilo Gallinari. That the Lakers were targeting Danilo Gallinari, and basically they would trade Gabe Vincent. And it would be something like Gabe Vincent in a second for Danilo Gallinari. And a lot of people were like, why? That doesn't make any sense. That's silly. This, that, and the other. But it's not. It's actually very smart. Because what it would do is give you several options. One, you get off of Gabe Vincent's contract, so now you clear up space in the offseason to use like your exceptions and all that stuff and kind of upgrade and kind of retool the roster better. It also gives you extra money because Danilo Gallinari makes like $5 million less than Gabe Vincent does. So you actually clear some cap space now, which puts you down under the apron. And now you could go, and if you wanted to, you could waive Gallinari and end up signing, say, two buyout targets, right? So, like, let's say Spencer Dinwiddie is rumored to potentially being bought out. And same thing with a Gordon Hayward, right? Well, right now, the Lakers would have to either get one or the other. But if you did a trade for Gabe Vincent, you could move off of Gabe Vincent, right? Get Gallo, and now you could waive Gallinari, sign Gordon Hayward, and sign Spencer Dinwiddie. And now you just got basically two starting level guys to come off the bench for you. Or you could even start them or whatever, right? So that is one flexibility move. The other thing is, too, is like you could keep Gallinari. Gallinari's shooting 58% from three for the Detroit Pistons. I wouldn't hate if the Lakers gave him a couple games to see if he can continue that and replicate that. I mean, again, you only need him, play him like 10 minutes a game, and if he can give you like 2 or 3 threes a game, it'd be ridiculous, right? Just give him like 4 or 5 shot attempts a game, and if he's shooting 58%, he's going to hit at least 2 or 3 of them. So, you know, I don't hate that idea, and he's still 6'10". He's a veteran. You know, I wouldn't hate the idea of him, but it's to kind of just, again, clear cap space and give the Lakers more flexibility, be able to sign multiple buyout targets, and be able to use your exceptions come the offseason. But anyway, again, we're here. See how this all plays out. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be interesting. But again, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Also, stay tuned. All the trades that go down, what's going to happen is I'll be making videos for it. I'll keep you guys updated and in the loop. And on top of that, once the dust settles and everything's done, I'm going to try to do a live stream, and we'll kind of break down the offseason, whether things happen or not. We'll definitely talk about it. So look forward to that. And yeah, again, down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.